I'd like to call the regular city council meeting in order for August 28th, 2023. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so good evening, Laird. We have the approval for the minutes for August 14th, 2023, the regular city council meeting.
I'll make the motion to approve those minutes.
Kyle makes the motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Gary seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to approve the minutes for August 14th. Next, we come to additions to the agenda. And I think, Bob, you maybe have a couple of them.
Sure. SCH, Jared Griffith is here with an update on the 2024 project. And also at our finance committee meeting, we discussed having a full council workshop to discuss the budget.
Yep.
So those two items.
Okay. If I could get a motion to add those to the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Donnie makes a motion to add the full council workshop and also the SEH 2024 project.
I'll second.
Kyle seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Why don't we start with the full council workshop? We had some of our budget talks last couple of weeks, and we are ready to have a full council workshop on it to maybe do the final tweaks with it and then go to some votes afterwards. And we would, what are you thinking? Are you guys,
What day?
You want to try before the next city council meeting is September 11th? We were talking about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. But you have planning and
5:30 work?
zoning typically.
Well, you better ask the people that are way busier than me.
Yeah, fine for me.
That'll work.
5:30
We've been
for you,
doing that.
Yep.
Sarah?
sir?
I like to do it earlier just because if we do get it done and I have stuff to do for planning
Oh,
and zoning.
sure.
I can
Oh,
have
yeah.
that meeting. So
Yeah,
that's
let's,
always at 6:15, so.
let's do 5:30 then.
Yep, if I get a motion for a workshop, September 11th for 5:30.
I'll make that motion.
Donnie makes the motion.
I'll second it.
Gary seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so motion approved for September 11th, 5:30 workshop, primarily for the budget, the 2024 budget. The next thing on the agenda, we have Jared with SEH for our 2024 project. If you'd like to talk, please.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Mayor,
Hi.
members of council. It's been a few months since we last talked about the 2024 project. I don't think a couple of you were here last time I actually talked about it. But I was talking with Bob earlier this week or last week, and thought it'd be a good time to come with the light agenda to come and discuss anything you guys may have. But to give you guys a brief update on where we're at with the project, we are still on schedule for bidding plan approval this winter, and then bidding after that, later this winter, early spring. But with this project being a project that we are going forward with assessments, Chapter 429 Special Assessments Policy, which gives the city, allows them to assess the abutting properties for their part of the project. There are some formalities that we have to run through. And so the next few council meetings, we'll be submitting some resolutions, essentially just stating that, for the authorized SCH to do the feasibility study. And then there's going to be after that will be the public hearing And so that will be, we're thinking right now that public hearing will be sometime in October. Before we do that public hearing, though, we would like to have an public informational meeting where we invite the residents and kind of go through kind of the scope of the project, cost of the project, what their assessments are going to be, and also kind of the schedule of the project. Usually try to do that a week or two before that public hearing so we can maybe get ahead of any questions we may have at the public hearing. But that is essentially, for the most part, the next few months. We'll be bringing some resolutions to the next couple of council meetings, and then the public hearing will be in sometime in October. Like I said, after that, then it will be plan approval this winter with advertising the next month after that. So with that, I guess, is there any questions you may have on where we're sitting with the 2024 project?
You guys good with that? Awesome. Well, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate
Sweet then.
coming by.
Okay.
And you don't have any questions at all for us? It sounds like you have everything dialed
Nope.
in pretty good.
No, we're plugging away at our design. Right now, we're probably sitting around 30 or so %, I would say, but we should be plugging away. We want to be, for that public hearing, we want to kind of be at like 50 or so we can get through our design a little bit and then taking questions so we can adjust if needed to.
Great. Well, thank you.
And I think on that, we were gonna have a split off with that electric on down past the villa. Is that correct, Bob? You're gonna have a cost there, but that's either that's like a
You talking
side-
for the lighting?
Yeah,
The light, yeah.
that's sort of a side job that would be extra, but yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
I
on.
think we put it in the design so we could use it in the future if we had to.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I think last we talked about it was going to be an alternate that we could either choose to move forward with or not.
Yep,
But yeah.
perfect.
All right.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
The next thing that I'd like to discuss, we have a inter-fund loan from the electric fund to the Gulf Fund. So what that is, you guys, is that in essence, we loan the golf course the money, the city loans them the money for the project, the new 9 holes that we're doing. So it's kind of a technical thing to do, just to do the transfer, so we need the approval. So at that point, we do expect to be, the city expects to be paid back for all the work that's being done out there to create the new 9. So the first resolution is Resolution 2023-0828-1, the inter-fund loan from the electric fund to the Gulf Fund for $200,000. If I could get a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Don makes the motion for that.
I'll second.
Kyle seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried for Resolution 2023-0828-1 for the interfund loan from the electric fund to the Gulf Fund for $200,000. The next one is Resolution 2023-0828-2. That's an interfund loan from the electric fund to the Gulf Fund for $100,000. It's basically the same principle.
Yep. I'll make that motion also.
Now Donnie makes the motion for that.
I'll second.
Kyle seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for the resolution 2023-0828-2 for the interfund loan from the electric fund to the golf course, Gulf Fund. And then the next thing would be a pass-through donation for Pierz Fire Relief Association for the Oktoberfest for $1,500. If I could get a motion for that?
I'll also make that motion. I'm in the mood.
Are you? You are. You're doing fabulous. You deserve an A, Donnie. Donnie makes the motion to approve that.
I'll second.
Nice. Kyle seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried for pass-through donation of the Pierz Fire Relief Association to the Oktoberfest for $1,500. The next one is an exempt permit, St. Isidore's Knights of Columbus, 3982. It's for a raffle for January 27th, 2024. So I do need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion for that.
Okay, Gary makes the motion for that. If I could get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Donnie seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried for the exempt permit for St. Isidore's Knights of Columbus, 3982, for their raffle they're going to have on January 27th, 2024.
Now, just to go back so other people understand.
Yep.
Our interloan fund, we do that several times. We have
Right.
several of them out there. Correct me, Bob?
That's correct. I was just talking with Mayor today about once we're done with the project, just to kind of simplify that and do it all in one meeting. If
Yep.
have a list of loans and
Yep.
So it'll all be one chunk
Yes, but we
instead.
have that out there for several other things that we've done in the city.
the only interfund loans we have is to the golf course right now. There's no other
The
interloan
other ones
funds.
we've canceled. All right, no
Yes.
problem.
But then I can have a list prepared every October is when we've typically done it at the end of the golf season to say, does the city want to repay one of those 7 loans or how much? It'll be a little cleaner once we get going.
Perfect.
You good, Donnie?
Mhm.
So the next thing is planning and zoning, but how do we,
They're still up there working. so
they're
you
still
gotta let
plan,
them-
they're still
planning
and zoning?
Yes, they are.
Okay, well, there you go. Can we go ahead then with the department reports? Bob?
Sure, just an update on that street light on First Avenue. Donnie, you had brought that up. Eric Afke was able to get an electrician to fix one section of wire there, so they literally went from the bad street light to the next street light, so at least that section is in conduit
Hopefully.
and fixed. Did talk to Dave Fisher today, and the dedication for the Stein family for the Oktoberfest on Oktoberfest went well with the bench. They were very well pleased with that, so thanks for all the support on that. And then he did update me on the golf course today. So today, the crews seeded all the greens, and the sod arrived this afternoon, and they did kind of a practice run on number 18. So what they did is they laid all the sod, and all the greens are currently seeded, but then they packed the greens. So we want to wait until the sod's laid and then pack the greens with the seed on it so that we have a spot to turn around. And that's what the sod is for mowing and this packing operation, so we can turn around and mow. And so that was just kind of a practice run today, and Dave just said it went really, really well. So tomorrow morning, starting at 6:15, our crews are going to be out there laying sod, finishing the dimpling, and then kind of raking in the edges of that sod. And then after that, Al is going to be, we've got a lot of the areas outside of that prepped, kind of down to you'll kind of see that on 13 when you drive on the gravel road on the south side. But Al Weisel is going to be seeding as much as he can around that, as much as that is prepped. So that way, when we run those green sprinklers, it'll cover the green plus whatever's outside of the green. So trying to get that area tackled at the same time. So Zach and Brad did an excellent job last week getting the irrigation fine-tuned. So, I mean, there's still some issues going on there, but comfortable enough to seed. So that's all working well enough to seed. So we're still moving forward. And then I guess our plans is the east side is lower ground and the south side is lower ground. And we want to start on that east and south side and work our way up. That way we're seeding the lowland first, and then we're also not driving over those areas because we can just kind of seed and leave them go, just water them and then work our way out. Towards, unfortunately, 10 and 18 will probably be some of the last stuff to get seeded, but those are the easiest ones to seed because they're high ground and they'll be dry. So
So we have the lawn, or the grass will be done tomorrow.
sod will be done tomorrow.
And then, so from there, when would they start seeding the rest of that golf course?
So we kind of changed our theory on the topsoiling. So right now we brought in a screener and we're screening the remaining topsoil piles that are left to spread on 17, 18, and 14, a little bit behind 13. So we can start, Al and Eric Gaffey are focusing on screening right now to get that set up for the dozer. And right now Dan's working on the tees, getting those final shaped. And we're gonna plan to seed the tees and the fairways at the same time because it's the same seed. So it's not like we have to individually seed the tees.
Do we have a date for that? Are we talking next week? Are you telling?
Probably next week is when they're gonna do the final prepping. We want to prep certain areas and then get that seeded and kind of let it go, and just kind of work our way out as much as we can get prepped and
Basically have
seeded.
Wednesday, because tomorrow is grass day. So we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that they're gonna be prepping that far east, southeast, I guess, corner.
This week is gonna focus on screening, so next week is gonna be prepping and seeding as they go, so, yeah.
I got a quick question, Bob. I probably should have talked to you earlier about it, but, so that the Al Stein thing, I heard it went really well, the bench and everything. I know when Dave was here, we had the discussion about the payment for that thing. When's the Dave, did we get the rest of the money for it, or did somebody make a final payment on it? Because I think we wrote out a check for 3,500, right? So when's the balance due?
I haven't seen the final balance, the invoice yet, so I'm assuming as soon as that bench is installed, which it has been, they'll be invoicing us. But per the wishes of the council, the city's not gonna pay for that. It's gonna get paid by Dave
Oh, good.
personally.
Okay, so
right?
we're
I mean,
good.
that's what you guys decided,
Awesome.
so.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So we're as far as our responsibility and everything, we're all squared away with everything. Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you.
What else you got, Bob?
That's it.
Keep talking. We don't have planning and zoning yet.
Well, I know. So now what do we do? So do we wait for,
Planning and zoning. 'cause
That's really good news for the golf course.
It really is. It's kind of an exciting day today to actually get seed on the ground, so I know it's not ideal. We wanted it earlier and everybody wants it earlier, but it's,
Gotta have it done and done right, and good deal.
yep. Suppose you could close the meeting and do my review. Is that,
yeah, we could if you want to do that. And then can we reopen and do the zoning and permitting, or?
I don't know, why not?
Okay,
We just have to tell them that not come down here until we
yeah.
call for
Right.
them. Because we
Right.
don't want them to come down when you're being.
So can I get a motion to close the open meeting to a closed meeting for Bob's performance review?
I'll make that motion.
Donnie makes the motion. Jackie seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.